morning, everyone. Michelle Courage here from michellecourage.com. I am sitting in my studio today. It's a beautiful day. My sheep are grazing right out the window outside. Right, I wanted to chat to you about my Mini Soul EnCoded paintings. This painting is all about the codes are all about empowerment. So the colors that I used and got prompted to use are purple and magenta and gold. And so purple is the most royal, most empowering. It's Metatron's colors, Archangel Metatron. It's the violet flame. It's all the colors that are empowering in the masculine and the feminine. And the magenta is the love. It is an absolute beautiful vibration of love. And most of my paintings, when I use these colors, they're very specific in bringing in a certain energy. There are colors have energy. It's like if you can liken coloring to or colors to fine-tuning your system. So, you know, when somebody says, oh, I love this color, it's because your system is needing, your energetic system is needing that color for more calibration into that specific vibrational energy. So, and then the writing around the outside is what you call, I would say, light language in written form. I always write from right to left, which is strange. Well, strange from a Western point of view and from a writing per se. And each one of these marks is absolutely done without thought process and me interfering in a sort of linear format. I don't know if I'm using the right words. So for me, using the energetic interpretation is what I'm using, how to write the language. And these are languages that are as yet uninterpreted and it's not the norm as you would normally perceive it. It is the norm in people who are doing light language and who are writing and channeling this type of stuff. It is not mainstream yet. And the interpretation of it is not mainstream yet either. It's not even understood in spiritual circles and people who are actually actively doing this. Some are able to interpret it, but most people are at that point where we are getting a feeling of what we're doing. So, yeah, I mean, my larger paintings are a wider and bigger interpretation of that. I would say, you know, that painting is the Pleiadian painting I did. It's a rather large painting. And that has got so much coding. I mean, it's got a beautiful portal into the Pleiadian energy. And using these paintings to meditate is one of my directives that I have been told that this is the right thing to do. This is where we're going. This is where our evolvement is moving into. From a galactic perspective, we are moving into unwritten languages. So light language and written language and energetic feelings instead of the normal wording that we are normally sort of interpreting and understanding. So hence the reason for more quieter lifetimes, more quieter in our day-to-day working, so that we can start learning to absorb these codes and really feel the energy. This is a Lemurian painting. So codes about Christ consciousness, loving the earth, working as one with the earth and with humanity. Yeah, I mean, the colors are green and the gold is very Lemurian colors, very Lemurian orientated. The writing again is so gorgeously wild and free. And again, it's the feeling that we're supposed to get when we feel this. So I've given people a little bit of a hint of what I was feeling when I actually painted this and how the intention was when I painted this. But actually, we're actually at that point now where we just need to put these paintings up and actually just absorb them with no conditional thought. The thought process and in our heads is what gets us into such trouble. We are so obsessed with interpreting, and at the moment so obsessed with being right, and this is the way or this is the right way, and letting go of that is the exercise. And yeah, I know I'm ahead of my time. I know that there are a handful of people out there in this world that are on the same wavelength, on the same journey. It is, an interesting one, and I'm excited about it, although I do have to do quite a bit of spiritual work around overcoming my fear of, number one, being seen, number two, of being ridiculed, of not being understood, and thinking I'm a crackpot. And I mean, I accept all those. That is open for other people's interpretation. All I know is this is what I'm called to do. And it is your interpretation of something that is misunderstood, which in the age-old thing is so many things have been misunderstood until they have been understood, and then people go back later on and go, oh, you know what, they were right. They were visionaries. And I'm not saying I'm a visionary. All I'm doing is being told and acting on my intuitive nudges and my intuitive expression through creativity to express what I'm feeling. And that is what an artist does. And I will leave you with that today. If you are interested in ordering one of these mini artworks, just pop onto my website, have a look at the art side. There's an art page, and you can pop in and look at the encoded art. These are called Mini Soul maps, and they're really affordable. Postage is included in the price in New Zealand. They're about $20 to $30 to post into Australia. And unfortunately for the rest of the world, if it's tracked, it's around $70, which I've just done 2 combined. So a friend and a client has asked me to do one, and her friend joined in with her, and they joined the postage to them, which effectively worked out like $35, which is New Zealand dollars, which is already a little bit of a help if you're talking about US dollars. So pop onto the website, michellecourage.com, look at encoded artworks, and you can have a look at the soul mini maps. I will chat to you again in another video. Thanks very much for listening.